2% of the clothes sold in Japan today are actually made in Japan, but as production shrinks, brands like Yoke are connecting all the dots, literally or figuratively, whichever fits best. We're taking a look at the fashion industry in Japan, from manufacturing issues to the new guard of tailoring. I'm Reggie Casual, and this is The State. Let's get it. Before we get started, a word from our sponsor, Squarespace. In the study of fashion and culture, we often talk about the systems that make a movement work. And this is where Squarespace becomes an essential tool. Most people approach web design as a series of aesthetic choices, but Squarespace allows you to approach it as a system. With their Blueprint AI, the barrier between an idea and a functional framework is removed. It uses guided logic to build a site that matches your specific operational needs. Whether you are managing a complex archive or launching a brand, the platform provides the hardware. Integrated e-commerce, membership areas, advanced SEO tools so you can focus on the software of your content. It's about moving from a participant in the culture to a documented pillar of it. So visit squarespace.com/thecasual to save 10% off on your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, so first up, we have to talk about the new reality of the Japanese market. Good news, consumer spending is actually up because wages in Japan just saw their biggest jump in decades at around 5.2%, which is good. So people have more money to spend on things like clothes. But there's just one small problem. Domestic production is still shrinking. Right now, less than 2% of the clothes sold in Japan are actually made here. The reality is Japanese factories are struggling with rising costs and a shrinking workforce. Fresh off the heels of a landslide win, however, the Takeuchi government is expected to make massive investments, particularly in places that produce made-in-Japan goods, in an effort to revive traditional methods of production. So, what does that mean for you? It means the Made in Japan label is becoming a high-tier luxury item by default, which equals more expensive. So this isn't a everybody is hyping up Japanese fashion price hike, or Japan is experiencing a lot of tourism, so how's that happening? Nah, that's not happening. It's a literal fight to keep the production lines in the country. Speaking of going domestic, everyone's favorite select shop in Japan, Beams, is also going insular as well with the launch of Beams Digroo. Actually didn't check the Japanese pronunciation, but it's Digroo in English. Launched on February 18th, Digroo is the official in-house resale platform from Beams, but they didn't start with a general call for used clothes. They seeded the first 1,000 items directly from the personal archives of 250 veteran Beam staff members. We're talking about buyers and directors who have been with the brand for decades, ensuring every piece is vetted. The interface replaces standard categories with a time categorization, allowing you to dig through specific decades like the 70s, 80s, or 90s. Each item on the platform comes with a staff column section that provides a breakdown of the garment's historical and technical significance, which is pretty amazing. Most notable, however, is Beams banking on a closed loop economy. Customers can trade in their own archives, but aren't paid in cash. In typical Japan fashion, they receive Beams Club points, so they can spend it on Beams Digroo. However, the rollout for trading in hasn't started for the general public quite yet, but it's expected to very soon. This obviously keeps the capital within the Beams ecosystem, and the point system is so familiar in Japan that it's probably going to work. They've basically turned their 50-year history into a revolving door of currency, still private too, which is a testament to Beams' resilience, and more power to them. Moving on, it is March, if you are in fact watching this in March, which means Rakuten Fashion Week Tokyo Autumn-Winter 2026 season is kicking off on the 16th. The big story this season is Yoke, Yoke. Yoke in English, Yoke. Designer Norio Tarada just won the fashion prize for Tokyo, and he's doing a massive homecoming show on March 15th at Shibuya Hikarie. He just showed in Paris in January, and now he's bringing that reorganized collection back to Tokyo. Now, if you aren't familiar with Yoke, the system is in the name. It's about connecting the materials, the threads, and the people. His tailoring is quiet but architectural, which is in line with the mode in Japanese designer fashion today. This is notable because we know, for instance, that in the West, the whole quiet luxury movement was met with a bit of divisiveness even today. But labels like Yoke are proving that Japan's version of it is more about engineering of fabric and the silhouette than just wearing a blank gray sweater for $1,000. Next up, we got On the Radar, where we look at a Japanese brand that is essentially going to be the next up. And today we're looking at SOSHIOTSUKI, the namesake label of Bunka grad and LVMH prize winner SOSHIOTSUKI. The label is definitely one of those to watch for all those who are into that intersection of tailoring meets avant-garde. It might sound overused and cliche, but his new collection, Abyssal, is a masterclass. Not abysmal, it's great. He takes traditional Japanese elements like kabuki or Noh theater and uses them as a blueprint for suit construction. He recently talked about the symbols of the tiger, Hora, and the dragon, Ryu, but instead of just directly using them like as a print, they're more so metaphors for the balance of the garment. Think like the physical weight and how it sits on the body. It's a system of clothing that feels deeply Japanese, but it functions in a modern technical wardrobe quite nicely, which is fitting as we seem to be on the heels of a new era of fashion design and style, which I think many people are looking forward to. Looking at all of this from Beam's points-based resale to the government's new investment roadmap, it feels like we're watching Japan build this kind of fortress around its fashion industry and other extended industries as well. The Takeuchi government's push is a signal to domestic factories that it's finally okay to invest in themselves again, which is actually it is a good thing. Even though fast fashion remains a persistent sector in Japan, Japan itself is essentially decoupling itself from the global fast fashion cycle. And it's not just small mills and manufacturers. Take Onitsuka Tiger, for instance. After becoming one of the fastest growing brands these last 2 years with the highest profit margins in footwear, they are intentionally scaling back to build long-term brand equity. They recently opened the Onitsuka Innovation Factory in Tottori, a dedicated facility designed specifically to pull their high-end brands like Nippon Made series away from mass market manufacturing. They are essentially opting out of the sneaker trend cycle entirely. Even Uniqlo is shifting its logic. They aren't just selling basics anymore. They're becoming the literal uniform of Japan. Within this year, Uniqlo expects over 20,000 schools, companies, and sports teams to be wearing their clothes as official uniforms. The takeaway is that Japan's fashion system is attacking from multiple fronts to protect its industrial sovereignty. In the independent scene, you have a focus on meaningful consumer relationships and small batch operations. In the mainstream, you have brands like Onitsuka creating fortress factories to protect craftsmanship. And then you have Uniqlo scaling so efficiently they become a utility. The message is clear. The era of chasing Western cycles is over, at least from a logistical point of view. And that's what we got for you. Japan is doubling down on its own identity, Yoke and SOSHIOTSUKI, refining what Japanese tailoring actually means, and in general, many Japanese designers and brands are moving away from chasing Western trends. In any case, click subscribe to get more insights like this and more. This has been The State, and as always, keep it locked right here for all of your info on international fashion, culture, and business from Tokyo, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. And I'll see you guys in a minute.